Hey, what's up? It's Grave of Too Busy to Play, back with another video. This is going to be my first video of a series I would like to call Late for the Party. It's where I play and review popular games released more than a couple of years ago. In this video, I'll be covering F.E.A.R, or First Encounter Assault Recon, released on October 2005, developed by Monolith Productions. Let's dive into it. First-person shooters, or FPS for short, during the early 2000s was still booming with its titles such as Halo, Half-Life, and Star Wars. Yet, F.E.A.R managed to capture an audience with its unique blend of horror and action that did not fit any mold of games during that era. This was different from what I used to play growing up. I played a lot of Doom, Heretic, Quake, and Half-Life Counter-Strike to get my FPS fix. Those game titles appealed to me as military shooters, and the monsters of Doom were frightening only before they were mowed down by my arsenal of guns. F.E.A.R, on the other hand, left an impression on me that even in safety, there was still a hanging presence of something sinister in the shadows. The story starts off with a psychic commander known as Paxton Fettel, a property of Armacan Technology Corporation, or ATC, that went rogue, and along with him a whole battalion of clones called replicas. These bioengineered soldiers are highly trained and loyal to Fettel. First Encounter Assault Recon, a group created by the U.S. Army, specializes in special tasks like this situation. The primary goal is to bring down this psychic menace along with his army of clones. Your character is the point man. Little is known about your background, but a vital info is mentioned saying that you are a brand new transfer. A green recruit in the eyes of your peers, but you will soon find out through gameplay that you are not just a simple soldier. As you progress through chapters, you uncover more about Fettel as well as his creator, the ATC. Through different story tools like instructions from your superior, phone dialogues, and laptop hacks, you and your team unravel more of the story behind this organization, Fettel, and the mysterious paranormal events surrounding this incident. Personally, the laptop hacks are the most useful information that you can pick up from the game. It uncovers more of the story and intrigues you on the kind of business your employer deals in. The phone conversations laid out in the different levels of the game feels like a bolted add-on. It does not contribute much to the plot and is trivial. For the fans that are into lore, they could indulge in these conversations if they want to piece together the people involved in this conspiracy.
First message from an outside number. Peter, it's Carla at Hudson Avionics. Where is everybody? I can't reach anyone over there.
Visuals in this game are dated, as evident with the textures, but the expressive voiceovers put life into these 3D models. Videos of playthroughs across YouTube on high graphic settings gives this game a more decent look, but not to the point that it equals today's standards of realistic graphics. Despite its date, I am satisfied with the level of detail that is shown in the different levels of the game. Lighting and object particles, together with sound design, all come together to deliver an immersive experience. In firefights, you can really see it all come together. During enemy encounters, you can observe object particles flying through the air as you fire on the enemy. Dust can also fly out of different object surfaces, lowering your visibility on the enemies during intense combat. The game is not too gory to an exaggerated length, but can still feel impactful, especially with the effects of the different weapons in the game. Replicas can get nailed on walls with a penetrator, sent flying through the air with a shotgun, or blasted with a hand grenade. Presentation of the game gets to a whole new level with reflex time. This is the skill that creates a slow-mo effect for your character as a point man. Your vision turns into high contrast and sensitive to light, mimicking predators' eyesight similar to the animals in the wild. Ripples of force and traces of bullets are seen only when this skill is activated, which makes the feel more cinematic. The unlucky individuals on the receiving end of your tactical punishment are the replica foot soldiers, light armored ATC personnel, armor clad heavy replicas, stealthy assassins, and the hard to kill mechs in the game. Each unit has their own design to make them stand out. There are different uniforms for the replica foot soldiers, the most encountered enemy throughout the game. It was a smart choice by the art team to do this. Assassin units are definitely my favorite, adorned in all black armor and with glowing yellow eyes. It definitely made a mark on me and sent shivers down my spine. According to dev interviews, the music of Fear was aimed to be on the minimalistic side. Not all combat sequences were laced with loud music to invigorate the player. I really like the approach. It saves its music for the more important moments in the game that would progress the plot or frighten the player. Just like a good musical score, there is a need for highs and lows. That's what I think Fear is aiming for here. Between the intense firefight encounters and paranormal events, there are mundane corridors, poorly lit office cubicles, derelict apartments that break off a bit of the action and horror suspense. Speaking of that subject, I think that this is well executed. It's not the type of scare that will be up in your face type of fright, but more of a slow burn. The dissonant sound effects made those moments creepy enough that it would make you unsettled. Bolstering that, we have to thank Alma as well for being with us through the journey. An FPS that is aligned with horror and suspense, this game has an ambience filled with tension and the unknown that lurks behind the shadows. When you go through a lonely corridor or a creepy hallway, you would hesitate a little bit to go down that path, but welcomed by little rewards that come in packages such as extra ammunition and upgrades. Exploration is rewarded in fear, such that there is something lying past in the dark. Just make sure to bring your flashlight and your wits. Who knows what surprises you can discover? Observation and curiosity also has its perks, not just in getting upgrades, but also in combat. Seemingly innocent items can be used against the enemy, stunning them or even outright eliminating them. I agree with the developers, not just conveniently placing yellow or red explosive barrels, since it would seem out of place in such environments such as office spaces or derelict apartment levels. Combat variation is a priority in this game. Other than the military-based weaponry such as pistols, SMGs, assault rifles, shotguns, and throwable explosives, there was also an emphasis on melee combat. This adds a level of coolness when doing a reflex time combo kill. You can take down a squad using your arsenal, which also includes your hands and your feet. Each melee kill you land gives you a sense of total satisfaction, especially on higher difficulty levels that makes the enemies very deadly threats. Of course, when discussing fear, I would not forget to mention the enemy AI, one of the hallmark features of this game. There are new and old videos that still discuss this topic up to now. One thing that's for sure here is that you need to experience it to realize the intelligence of the enemy AI. You can be suppressed by gunfire while other replica squad members distract or create a flanking angle of attack leading to your demise. Digging into cover is what you would do in such situations, but fear penalizes that in a way of the deadly grenade throw. And by God, these are very accurate enough to insta-kill you. I was surprised about this tidbit detail during my gameplay, when the replicas are really resilient. Having a full reflex time bar is not an assurance that you will always win against a squad of replicas. They have such a commitment to their trigger finger that they keep firing even after you've killed the target. Rushing blindly without strategy is not an option to employ. This little design made me love the developers even more, since even in death the enemies can still be a threat. Pacing is well done in the level design, that not all pathways are littered with enemies nor a lone soldier. Each enemy encounter is composed of a squad of troops, occasionally accompanied by a heavy armor unit. This balances the game very well. You, as a point man, already have the edge of using reflex time, yet the enemy AI has some strength in numbers, using cover and using coordination to outflank you. The result is an enjoyable yet challenging first-person shooter combat that is the unique brand of Fear. Being a 15-year-old game, Fear has shown its age in the realm of FPS games. The graphics, though decent, can still give you a good presentation of what the game is conveying through story, exploration, and combat. Pacing was employed perfectly to emphasize key plot or action moments. Even up to this era, I think that Fear is still a playable FPS gem. As it ages, it's like fine wine that becomes more precious to avid FPS enthusiasts. That's it for my video, guys. You can also check out my previous video of my gameplay montage of Fear. Hope you enjoy watching that too. If you like my content, you can show support by smashing the like button and hitting subscribe. Let me know in the comments what other games you like me to play and review for my late for the party series. This is Grave of Too Busy to Play, and I'll see you on the next video.